In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I go about searching for tracks that I play in my DJ sets. Now, I'm not going to just be talking to you about going onto a record pool or going onto Beatport and just downloading the biggest tracks. Of course, I have to do that as part of my sets because of the types of clubs that I play in. But today we're going to be focusing on how to really crate dig, how to dig deeper and find those tracks that are going to set you apart from everybody else. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so welcome into Beatport. This is just going to be the site that we're using for the demonstration today. But of course, if you don't like Beatport, you can apply this theory to other record stores available on the internet and also as well, maybe even your record pool. Now, here we are on the homepage. On the right-hand side, of course, we've got the Beatport top 10. And if we scroll down to the bottom of the top 10, we can then open the top 100 tracks on Beatport at the moment. Now, this is basically going to be a selection of the biggest tracks being played by other DJs across multiple genres. Now, because of the types of venues that I work in, notably the high street commercial nightclubs, I am going to need a lot of the big tracks out there, but they are the more obvious tracks. So of course I will go through the top 100 and I will download the tracks that I like the sound of, the ones that I think will work in my venue. That being said, what I will do to try and save myself a bit of money, I will basically make a note of them from the top 100 and then go into my record pool and see if they've got them available for download, because ultimately that is what I'm paying the subscription for. If they don't have them on my record pool, then I will pay for them separately, because I do firmly believe that you should pay for your music, and it is pretty affordable these days. Like, it's not like back in the day where you had to buy vinyls. So the top 100 is kind of the obvious stuff. To start digging a little bit deeper though, I will actually first of all go into individual genre charts. So using the genres tab up here, let's say I'm after just some good old classic house music. Now, within that particular genre, you will get a top 10. So whereas the overall top 100 and top 10 was a selection of different genres, this is kind of level 1 to digging a bit deeper, because here you have just a chart purely focused on house music. And then what I will do is I will then look at some of the tracks here that perhaps don't appear in the top 100, in the overall top 100, and download those. But what I will do is if I find a track that I particularly like, in addition to downloading that, so let's just pick a track here, for example. Now that sounds quite cool, okay? I've actually never heard of this artist before, Luke Alessi. He's number 8 in the house chart at the moment. And this label I've also never heard of. And this is where we start to delve a little bit deeper. So first and foremost, I'll look at this label, because if we like this track, I'm going to download this Luke Alessi track. But then what I'll do is find what other music that label is releasing, because it could be that there's some other sounds that will complement the track that I am downloading. So when we go into the label page, we then get a chart of the top 10 from that particular label. And because this is such a niche chart, you are going to start hearing some bits that you perhaps would not hear in any other way, because some of this stuff will never appear in the overall top 100. So let's just click on a few of these. Sounds quite cool, bit of a bar groove, perhaps not very suitable for my club, but I think that's quite cool. A little bit too melodic for me, but this is all about crate digging. This is where the fun of DJing really starts, and I would say you do have to have patience with it. But yeah, you can have a look at the top 10 tracks from this particular label. You can then have a look at just tracks more general. So this is everything that has been released in date order from that label. So then you can start looking through here. I mean, that's really, really quite weird. Of course, different labels will release different sounds, different genres and stuff, so you can always have a look through the label and look at what genres that they are releasing. So that's the first kind of level 2 response, is having a look at what other tracks are released on the label if you haven't come across that label before. Of course, some of the more familiar labels will also have some obscure stuff, so do experiment and have a look at what labels are releasing as opposed to just being governed by the charts. But then if you come across an artist that you particularly like, you know, maybe you like one of their tracks, you never listened to them before, have a look at what else that artist is releasing. And once again, you get the artist top 10, but also you also get access to all of their other tracks because they've released a good housey track that's in the charts. What other stuff have they released? Let's have a little listen to this one, for example. That's quite cool, a little bit darker, probably not suitable for my venue, but I can certainly see why that would appeal to some people. So this is how you dig a little bit deeper. Now, the good thing with a site like Beatport is when you have an account with Beatport, when you start downloading some stuff, it kind of builds up a little bit of a profile as to what sort of things you're downloading. And then you will, or I'm not logged in at the moment, but then you will also get suggestions of other stuff that you might like as well. So that is really, really important, because from there you can really start to dig out some bits that other DJs haven't got, because Beatport is made up of so many millions of releases, loads of like tracks from all around the world, all different artists. And so if you are just limiting yourself to this top 10, top 100, you're going to sound like every other DJ. But if you dig a little bit deeper, look into the labels, look into the artists, look at complementary artists, follow up on what Beatport is suggesting to you, you know, when you start to download some bits, then you really start to dig a bit deeper. The other tool that Beatport has that I really like is this Dig Deeper page as well. So the Dig Deeper is basically looking at different genres that perhaps don't make the chart. So let's look at Tech House, for example. And these are like the best new tracks. And these are sort of playlists that have been put together that perhaps won't get a look in on the charts, but might still be notable. So this type of thing does take a little bit of time. It does take a bit of patience. I do dedicate a time each week to really dig and go through crates, but that is the fun of DJing. I know to some people it might sound really alien, but you know, back in the day when we were in record stores, we were like literally hunting through crates of records and trying out different records, hearing what different sounds were like, and really picking out the different records that would be really cool to play out. And it's just the same online, although you do have more tools available to you, more playlists and more crates to dig through versus whatever the record store has in stock. So there we have it, my approach to finding music: crate digging, digging a bit deeper to find those tracks that other people potentially are not playing. And it just makes your DJ set a little bit more unique, a little bit different to all the other people out there. Please do give me a thumbs up if you have made it this far and you found this video useful. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's completely free of charge to do, and it helps this little channel to grow. I'm working my way to 10K subscribers, which is very, very exciting indeed, and I will catch you in the next video.